Okay, so sharpening a chainsaw with our new file system. One thing I want to bring up is our cutter actually is ground on a 30-degree angle, and there's a skip. The next one is on a 30-degree angle. If you look at it, the next one is on a 30-degree angle, however it's opposite, and that pattern will now continue right down the rest of the bar. So just going to kind of go back into this area right here. You'll notice I do have some marks on there. What I do want to show you, of course, is the tool. So the first thing I'm going to point out is this has an arrow to go into the forward direction. Next thing I want to point out is it shows the orientation of the saw. So this, I'll say engraving, is nothing more than looking at the orientation of this saw, and it's proper. So our saw and our bar. And again, it shows the chain length and, of course, our 30-degree angle. I want you also to know that this is a guide bar. We have another guide bar. These are going to sit on two of these cutting surfaces. And we also have three files here: radius, radius, and of course a flat file. I'll go over that quickly at the end. But let's get started here so everybody gets a good idea of what we're doing. I'm a little bit short on room because of the camera, but I think this will work out just fine. So I'm going to sharpen this cutter. I'm going to make sure that I'm on a 30-degree angle, so you can see I'm in line with the bar. My 30 degrees is here. I need to push forward only. Come back in, line up, take my second pass, take my third pass, and we'll get our fourth and fifth one in. Now, if you like, you could just lock the chain in place so it doesn't try to move back on you. The first one that I sharpen, I'm always going to just color the top. This way here, as I move down, I'm going to know when I get all the way around. So I'll know when all of my cutters on that 30-degree angle are sharpened. Okay, so we're going to pick up again. Again, this guide is sitting on top of this cutter. This guide is sitting on this top of the cutter. Again, our file is going to go right up against the inside of that cutter. It's going to maintain that radius, and of course we're going to push forward only with the stroke of the file. 1, 2. Okay, that was 5 strikes of the file, or I should say strokes of the file. We'll just go to our next, and then we're going to continue on. Okay, that's 4, and that's 5. One of the things I want to tell you is that I've seen people make videos that they want to show how fast they can do this. It doesn't make a difference if you can do this in 4 minutes or 20 minutes. What I look for is repeatability and quality. I want to try to do the same thing to every cutter, and that's maintaining the angle and maintaining the number of strokes. If my cutters are in pretty bad shape, I'll do 5. And anything that's just dull and needs a sharpening, just basically takes sometimes 2 or even 3 strokes, and that's it. You don't have to over sharpen. You don't have to take off excess material. So again, maintaining the same every time, the 30-degree angle, the same type of stroke, and the same number of strokes. And that tooth is sharpened. So we can continue moving down the line. For this purpose, I do want to let you know, oh, pardon me. For this purpose, I do want to let you know that once I'm all the way through working on this 30-degree angle, I'll take my vise and turn it 180 degrees. At that point, my engine housing is going to be on the opposite side. The bar is going to be on the opposite side. So now, at that point, I would turn this tool over and then reorientate it so that I now have my arrow going in the forward direction. And also, I have my orientation properly. Now, I did do this so that you could see that my engine is on this side, and that's where it would be if I had this rotated 180 degrees. So that would allow me to then go in and do the same thing I did and getting a nice sharpening on all of the cutters. Do want to let you know that this file is going to be used in this direction, 30 degrees off this way. The middle file, which is a flat file, that controls our depth gauge. So we have a cutting tooth and we have a depth gauge. Cutting tooth, depth gauge. You want to have the proper clearance between the two. So this one device makes that all happen. I got to tell you, this does outstanding. If there's anything else I could say quickly, gloves are very important. Even when these cutters are dull, they will still cut you pretty quickly. Wear a pair of gloves. It'll make a world of difference. All right, well, I hope this helped anybody that was interested in some instruction.